Okay, hey everybody. So I have been working on doing a color wheel with some different colors, some warm colors and cool colors, and I want to excuse all the ums. So I'm not going to try to edit them out. I will a little bit, but you know, so was going to do a color wheel. So I have two color wheels sketched out. So I just took two different size circles. I used a compass. You can use anything you want. You can use, you know, a lid, and then, you know, take another circle and draw around it in the middle. And then I slice that up into pies. So I have, you know, different sections to do my colors in. So what I will do, 1, 2, 3, I'll do red, yellow, and blue, and then I'll mix those colors to get our secondary colors. And I'm going to use two sets of colors. I'm going to do a warm color wheel and a cool color wheel. So we'll start with the cool first. And what I'm going to do here, I've just got my set of paints from Hobby Lobby. So we're going to get, well, I've got several different reds here. All the way from orange, orangish red, all the way to cool pink. So what I am going to do is I am going to take my cool red. So a cool red is something that looks red, but it leans more towards pink. So you will probably have to swatch your colors out to get a true feeling for what leans more towards pink. You know, so see, once I put that out, it's kind of pinky. But in the pan, it looks red. When I swatch this red out, it looks red. But when I swatch it on the pan, it looks more orange. So I'm going to use first this red that looks more like pink. So I am going to, and I'm using my water brush so you don't hear that tinging. And by no means am I making this perfectly and staying in the lines, because I kind of want it to bleed over into the next color. Okay, so there's our cool red. And just to make sure that everyone knows this is a cool, I'm going to put a cool, bright cool up there. Okay, so now I'm going to go towards my blue. And the cool blues are going to lean more towards purple. And the warm blues are going to lean more towards, or no, the warm blues are going to lean more towards red and purple. And the cool blues are going to lean more towards green. So here's a cool blue, which is almost turquoise. And here's a cool blue. It's kind of the same, a little bit difference. Here's a cool blue. And this is the one I think I'm going to use. Oh no, that's more like Prussian, which is a cool blue, but I think this one is more like ultramarine. Gosh, it almost looks like I got duplicates in there. That's a little, so yeah, let's use this. And I always like to put my paints, take a little bit of paint, put it with some water, and mix it up on my palette before I take it to the pan. This is like an indigo, and this is almost purple. So you see the difference. Okay, so I'm going to take this blue here and I'm going to put it here. Oh, my phone's going off. Alright, so now I'm going to get a cool yellow, which I still have a little paint in my water brush. Let's get that off good so we don't contaminate our colors. And we're going to put that right over here. Almost needed one more line. Okay, so now I'm going to mix this cool yellow with just a little bit of cool red. So that's going to be yellowish red. Okay, so now I am going to mix more red in with it, and it'll be more orange. So, there we go on that. And you can do that in as much stages as you want, but I'm just giving you like yellow, yellow with a little bit of red mixed in, yellow with a lot more red mixed in, and then red. And we just got one space in between there. Okay, so this is going to take some editing. Okay, so back to this. Here's the blue I used. So I'm going to take some cool red and mix in with that cool blue, and I'll get a really nice purple. So that's cool. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with the yellow. We're going to take this nice cool blue, put it over here on our pan. I always want to get plenty of water mixed in with your paint so the paint can move, because this watercolor paper, and I'm just using my Strathmore Visual Journal. Any watercolor paper will work for this, so use what you have, but always, you know, make you some reference material so you know what you're working with. Okay, so I'm going to take that cool blue and I'm going to mix it with some cool yellow. Just a little bit. right away I get a nice green. And then I'm going to take some more yellow and mix it in. And it'll brighten up even more. Just scrub that paint pan. And I'm going to put just a little bit more. Drip a drop of water in there. Scrub, scrub, scrub. And that brightens it up to a nice spring green. Oh, isn't that nice? So, okay. So what would happen if you mix all three together? So I've got yellow and green. And here was my yellow and red. So I'm going to take this and mix it in with this and see what happens. It's starting to turn kind of brownish. It's still pretty green and yellow, so I'm going to add a little bit more blue. And what I'm trying to do is neutralize this color to make it. Okay, there it's really green. So now across from the color wheel is red. So I'm going to add a little bit more red. And it turns it a nice brown. So I'm going to paint that in the middle. So that way I know that I'm doing my color wheel correctly. Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's clean our palette off. Just spray it with your spray bottle. Take a paper towel or a rag. Sometimes your paint lids will stain. If you want to, you can get an old plate, a white plate. You can get them at the dollar store. Or, gotta get into my paper towels over here that I have extra. So now we're going to do a warm color wheel. So I'm just going to write that here, warm. So now we're going to take warm colors. So we're going to get the reds that go more towards orange. So here we go. Let's scrub that a little bit. Put some water in there. Get you a nice puddle of red. But that's more towards orange than the other one. This one was more towards pink. Okay, so now I'm going to get a warm yellow. So this right here, it kind of looks orange, but it is a yellow. It's like a nice warm sunny yellow color. Put that in our palette. Let's get some good color there. Squeeze our water out a little bit. Wipe our brush off. Now we're going to get some warm blue. So let's go over here. I think, yeah, that's a nice warm blue. Yeah, that almost looks turquoise, but it's a nice warm color. So we're going to do the same thing over here. We'll start with our blue. and put that in our square. And then we'll go over to our yellow and put that in our square or our section. And then go over to our red. I always like to do my primary colors first. Let's get a little bit more. That's kind of weak. You want it to be like the consistency of whole milk. So it's not like cream. Okay, that's a nice fire engine red, but it's considered a warm red. Okay, so there we go with our primaries. So let's start mixing. So we're going to take this yellow. First we're going to take a little bit of red and we're going to put it in this yellow. Just a little bit. Doesn't take much. Turns it right orange. Okay, so let's take a little bit more and drop in there. And we'll put that right here. And it's a little bit more. I think it could use just a little bit more. These are some strong paints. They have a lot of pigment in them. There we go. That's just a little bit more towards red. Okay. I'm liking that. Okay, so now we're going to do our red and our blue. Now I'm going to have to put some new red in there because I've contaminated it. So I'm going to get some more red. Okay. Always mix it with some water. Now I'm going to take it and I'm just going to mix it with this blue. And it turns it like a purple. It does turn it purple. However, it's not a real vibrant purple like this over here. Because you can see it's warmer tones. So it's going to have some complementary color in there, which, you know, this is more towards orange and this is more towards green, so it's going to get darker and muddier. But as long as you know what to do, you can count for that, because that would be good for like a night sky or a foggy day, you know, sky, or maybe even some shadows. You know, I could see where that is actually, you can buy a color like that that is pre-mixed in the tube. Okay, so let's go back down here to our mixing, and we're going to get our blue again. Let's put some water down, get that blue going. Now we're going to mix a little bit of warm yellow. And I was heavy on the blue. So this is just, you know, your run-of-the-mill green. And could be used for grasses and tree leaves. Okay, let's see what happens when we mix a little bit more yellow in with it. Okay, so now what's going to happen when we mix all of them together? Let's take this purple and mix it with this. I expect to get a brown. May need some of that red. Yep, there's a really nice brown. That would be good for trees. It's like a chocolate brown. So I think that's a much prettier brown. So I could see where, you know, I would want to use these colors and I would want to use these colors. So these are more vibrant. These make a better purple. These are warmer. These are more for landscapes and outdoors and trees, and you know, I could see this being ocean color, and you know, even some, you know, you could, you know, put some water down. I could see that being a nice beach color for sand. And that blue, you know, I could see where that would be nice for oceans. And you can tone the blues down. You know, I think that's beautiful. Okay, so here's some other fun color wheels I did. So just practice in. Now this is my cool one. This is my warm one. I've started that out. But then I did some fun colors, like I did that pink. I went all the way to the end and I did like this opera pink color and mixed it with that turquoise color. It was this color and this pink color and this really light yellow color. And with all that, I've got these colors, which I got a more lavender purple and, you know, a more peach. You know, that would be pretty for flowers or light skin tones or seashells. I see all different kinds, and that makes up a nice, pretty spring. This reminds me of spring and Easter colors. So that would make great Easter eggs. So also I did this color wheel of earth tones. So here's a dark indigo, which that was right here. I don't know, can you see? That was this color, and you have to swatch your colors out. So this was this dark indigo, and I just watered it down. Remember, you always have to water your colors down to make them move on the paper. And then I took this Indian red, which is like the color of clay, red clay. That was cool. And then I took this raw sienna, and it may not be called that in the box. All these colors may be called different, but this is just it looks like a dark yellow in the pan. But it's kind of the color of hay or straw. And then I mixed those three and I came up with these beautiful colors. So I think that I'll call that my earth. And I'll call this my pastel. So, there you go. I hope you found this video informational and you can use it to learn your watercolor sets. Do their color wheels. Take a picture of it. Leave it in the comments below or email me at my website, or you know how to get a hold of me. So, I really had a good time doing this, and the next time I think that I will do a tutorial on a quick landscape on using the different triads and see what we come up with. So stick around, hit that thumbs up button, and subscribe to my channel. See you guys.